All right, so get ready, because today we're diving deep into lean manufacturing. How to eliminate waste.
Ooh, lean.
But not just like in factories. We're talking about any process.
That's right. Like anything you can think. It's like spring cleaning, but for your work habits, your thinking even.
Yeah, exactly. And to help us out today, we've got this tool. It's called Tim Woods. Now I know what you're thinking,
Yeah.
Tim Woods.
Yeah.
Sounds like we should be out in the forest or something.
Yeah, it does.
But it's not like that at all.
It's way more exciting.
It is, it is. So to kick things off, maybe you could help us out here. How does lean actually define waste? What are we talking about here?
So waste, it's basically any activity that doesn't really add value for the customer or something the customer wouldn't pay for.
Gotcha. Okay, so like anything that doesn't get us to that end goal.
Right. And to make this a little less abstract, let's use an example. Let's say we're at a burger joint, like a restaurant.
I like where this is going.
Yeah, so throughout the deep dive, we'll use this burger joint example to look at each type of waste.
Love it. Okay, so first up on our Tim Woods chopping block transportation.
Okay.
So picture this, right? You've got cooks in the kitchen running around like crazy,
Yeah.
back and forth between the fridge, the pantry, the grill, just to make one burger.
Yeah, that's not efficient.
No, not at all.
And think about it, this isn't just about burgers. Like in a factory, that could be materials moving between workstations or, in an office, it could be documents being routed for signatures.
Oh, yeah.
All of that adds up delays,
Yep.
potential damage,
Oh,
and increased costs.
It's like a hidden cost almost that we don't really...
It is, and
Yeah.
studies have actually shown that companies who reduce this kind of transportation waste have seen big improvements in their efficiency, but also their bottom line.
Wow, that's pretty amazing.
Yeah.
Okay, so next on the list, inventory. So in our burger place, this could be mountains of lettuce in the fridge wilting away.
Ugh, or running out of buns during lunch rush.
Oh, yeah, you don't want that either.
No.
Nobody wants a sad burger.
No.
But it's not just about food going bad.
No. Think about it. Anything sitting in a warehouse or on a store shelf
Yeah.
that's money tied up, it could lose value.
Like a savings account that's not earning interest.
Exactly. In fact, I once worked with a company that had like over $1 million of unsold products just sitting.
Wow.
Imagine if those resources were used better.
That's crazy. Okay, so up next, we've got motion. But this one is about people moving, not materials.
Yeah, that's right.
So back at the burger joint, this is our cooks doing all these extra trips to the grill, the prep station, all over the place.
It's like a chaotic dance, but not fun.
Not fun at all.
No. And it's not just about the energy, like physical energy. It's also fatigue, and that leads to more errors.
Yeah.
Less productivity.
So it's not just about working harder.
No.
It's about working smarter.
Exactly. And this applies to any setting. Imagine an office worker, right? Constantly getting up to grab stuff because their desk is a mess. Small changes in how we arrange things can make a difference.
Okay, now let's talk about waiting, because I think we can all relate to this one, right?
Oh, for sure.
Waiting for food, waiting for websites to load.
Waiting for that important email.
Yes. So what causes all this waiting?
Well, often it's because processes are out of sync. So one part's ready, the other's lagging behind, and that creates bottlenecks.
It's like a domino effect, but in reverse. Like everything just slows down.
And what's interesting? Research shows that if you reduce waiting time, you not only increase efficiency, but also improve customer satisfaction.
Oh, interesting.
And employee morale.
Makes sense. All right, so now the big one, the king of all wastes.
Oh, yeah.
This is what lean experts say is the worst overproduction. So imagine our burger joint, right, makes 20 burgers.
Oh, wow.
But only 10 people ordered them.
What a waste.
Wasted food, wasted effort, wasted money, basically.
Right, and it can set off a whole chain reaction of waste. You've got all that extra inventory, then you need more storage, and it just hides problems.
It's like a snowball, but it's made of waste.
Exactly, and especially in today's world, overproduction is a big risk. Consumer tastes change so quickly,
Yeah, totally. All right, so we've got transportation, inventory, motion, waiting, overproduction.
Mm-hmm.
We're halfway through our Tim Woods. My mind is already blown.
Good.
So what's next?
Well, next up is overprocessing, which is basically doing more than what's actually needed.
Okay.
So back to our burgers, imagine they're grinding their own beef when pre-ground beef is totally fine.
It's like using a sledgehammer to crack a nut.
Exactly. And this happens all the time. I once worked with this company. They had a 10-step approval process for like $50 expenses.
Oh, my goodness.
Just adding layers of complexity.
Yeah, yeah. So
Yeah.
how do you even know when you're overprocessing?
It's a great question. A good rule is to always ask, is this really adding value for the customer? Or are we just making things more complicated?
So it's about being like mindful, questioning the way we do things.
Exactly. And sometimes simplifying can actually improve quality and consistency. It's a win-win.
Oh, I like that. All right, what about defects?
Okay, defects. So, at our burger place, this is the dreaded burnt burger.
Oh, no.
Right, you bite into it and it's ruined. Wasted ingredients, effort, plus a disappointed customer.
Yeah, and I feel like the impact goes beyond just one bad burger.
It does. There's this idea called the 1.2.100 rule.
Okay.
It basically means that the longer it takes to catch a defect, the more expensive it gets to fix.
So it's like finding a typo in a document, right? It
Yeah.
seems small,
Yeah.
but if it goes to print, it's a huge headache.
Exactly. Like imagine a software company releases a buggy product.
Right.
Fixing it later is way more costly than catching it early.
Right, right. Okay, last but not least, skills. How does this fit into waste?
So think about our skilled chef at the burger joint, but they're just stuck flipping patties all day.
Oh, yeah.
They're not using their full potential, right?
Right.
That's a waste of talent, and it can stifle innovation.
It's like having a Ferrari, but only driving it in first gear.
Exactly. And studies show that companies that invest in their employees' skills and let them use them, they have higher engagement, productivity, more innovation.
Wow, this Tim Woods framework is amazing.
Yeah.
It's like I'm seeing the world in a new way.
That's the power of lean thinking. It's not just about factories, it's about maximizing value and minimizing waste in every aspect of our lives.
Yeah, so it's not just about making cars or burgers, it's about making any process more efficient.
Exactly. It's about figuring out what adds value and getting rid of the rest, no matter what you're doing.
This is really mind-blowing. I'm already starting to see Tim Woods everywhere I look.
I bet.
But now that we know what these wastes are, what do we actually do about them? How do we eliminate them in our own lives?
Ah, that's where the real journey begins, and we'll dive into that in the next part of our deep dive. But before we go there, I want to leave you with this thought. Have you ever considered the time and energy you might be wasting simply because you're not using your full potential, your skills and talents?
That's a really good point. I'm definitely guilty of that sometimes. And I can't wait to learn more about how to unlock that potential and help others do the same. Stay tuned, everyone, because we're just getting started. All right, so we spent part one getting to know these 8 wastes, those Tim Woods guys lurking in our processes.
Yeah, those sneaky culprits.
But now for the fun part, what do we do about them? How do we actually start like eliminating waste and maximizing value?
Well, you've already done the hardest part, awareness.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just recognizing them as a huge step. Now it's about looking at your own stuff, work, home, your routine even.
Okay.
With those Tim Woods glasses on.
So it's like we become waste detectives.
Yeah. Exactly. You start noticing things like unnecessary movement, things piling up, skills not being used. It's amazing what you see when you start looking.
Okay, so let's get practical. Let's say I'm looking at my work, right? And I realize I'm spending way too much time on transportation, like literally running between departments for approvals and stuff.
Oh, yeah, I've been there.
What can I do about that?
So first, ask yourself, is there a way to streamline that process? Could you use digital signatures? Maybe there's some software that could help.
Oh, yeah.
Often, technology can really eliminate unnecessary transportation.
Okay, that makes sense. And what about inventory? I'm thinking about my own kitchen. I'm totally guilty of overbuying groceries. They just go bad.
Ah, the overstuffed fridge. We've all been there. For inventory, it's about being more strategic.
Cool.
Can you, plan your meals for the week, make a shopping list based on what you'll actually use, maybe find smaller, more frequent delivery options instead of buying in bulk all the time?
So it's about being more proactive, I guess.
Exactly, and that goes for a lot of these wastes, like with motion, for example. Instead of just accepting that you have to walk across the office for every file, ask yourself, could I organize my space better? Maybe keep key files digitally.
Yeah.
Could I use a rolling cart for stuff I use all the time?
It's finding those little tweaks that can, really add up, right?
Precisely, especially when you think about a whole team or an entire organization.
Okay, what about waiting? That one feels like, universal. We're all always waiting for something.
Oh, yeah.
How do we reduce that waste?
So with waiting, it's often about finding the bottlenecks. Like, where are things getting stuck? Is it a specific person, a technical issue? Once you find that bottleneck, you can start figuring out solutions.
So it's playing detective again, but for delays this time.
Exactly. And sometimes the solution is simple. Adjust the schedule, move some resources around, or even just like talking to people, clarifying expectations.
Well, yeah, communication is key.
Absolutely. Okay, now for the big one. Overproduction. That's a scary thought, like factories churning out stuff nobody's even buying.
Yeah.
So a key ideal in lean is pull systems, which means you only make what's actually ordered, not what you think you'll sell.
So it's being responsive instead of predictive.
Exactly. And this ties into inventory too. The less extra stuff you have lying around, the more flexible you are.
It's like the difference between a giant cargo ship and a speedboat. One's slow and clunky, the other's like agile.
I love that. And this pull idea can work in other areas too. Like imagine a marketing team creating tons of content before knowing what their audience wants.
Yeah.
If they switched to a pull system, they could focus on creating content people are actually asking for.
That's so smart. Okay, over-processing. How do we know if we're doing too much?
A good rule is to get the customer involved early on. If you really understand their needs from the start, you can avoid adding all those extras they don't actually care about.
Yeah.
And it's also about looking at each step and asking, is this step really adding value? Is there a simpler way?
So it's like being ruthlessly simple.
Exactly. And sometimes stripping away the extra stuff actually makes things better. Like, editing a piece of writing. Taking out unnecessary words often makes it stronger.
Yeah, that's true. Okay, next, defects. Any tips for like reducing errors and making things better quality?
One technique is mistake proofing, which means you design things in a way that makes it hard to mess up in the first place.
Okay.
Think of like a USB plug. It only fits in one way, right?
So it's like building in those safeguards so we don't make those silly mistakes.
Exactly. And it can be simple stuff, checklists, color coding, anything that makes things clearer and more consistent.
Like a safety net for our processes.
I like that. And it's not just about preventing mistakes. It's about having a culture where mistakes are seen as opportunities to learn, not something to get punished for.
Oh yeah, that's important.
Uh,
Okay, last one, skills. How do we make sure we're using everyone's talents to the fullest?
It starts with remembering that people are your most valuable asset. Investing in training is key. But it's not just about sending people to courses, it's about creating a culture of learning and letting them actually use their skills.
So it's about empowering people to grow and contribute, basically.
Exactly. And it's also about communication. Talk to your team, ask them, what are you passionate about? What skills do you want to learn? Do you feel underutilized?
It's about making sure everyone feels heard and seen.
Precisely. And when people feel valued and they're using their talents, they're more engaged, more motivated, more productive. It's good for everyone.
This is all so insightful. I'm amazed at how these simple ideas can have such a big impact.
That's lean for you. It's a framework that can be used anywhere, from small tasks to whole companies.
Yeah.
And the best part is it's about continuous improvement. There's always more to learn and do to make things better.
Okay, we've covered a lot identifying those 8 wastes and figuring out how to eliminate them. But earlier, you mentioned Tim Woods could apply to our personal lives too. Can you give us some examples? Like, how do we use these principles in our daily routines?
Sure. Think about your morning routine. Are there any steps you can streamline? Like laying out your clothes the night before, prepping breakfast, maybe finding a quicker commute.
Oh, yeah. I see how motion and waiting come in there. I spend way too much time searching for my keys every morning.
Exactly. And think about your digital life. How much time do you spend on social media or email? Maybe set some limits or use those productivity tools to minimize distractions.
This is making me rethink everything.
And remember, it's not about being perfect. Just
Right.
make small changes. They'll add up over time. It's about progress, not perfection.
I like that. Okay, I'm feeling inspired to do some waste hunting in my own life.
Yeah.
What's like one last piece of advice for our listeners who are ready to start their lean journey?
Start small. Pick one area you want to improve, maybe your workspace, your morning routine, even just how you organize your closet.
Okay.
Small changes lead to big results, and every bit of waste you get rid of frees up more time and energy for the things that really matter.
That's great advice.
Thanks.
And I think it's a perfect way to wrap up this part of our deep dive. So we've gone from the factory floor to our kitchens to our inboxes, all with Tim Woods.
Yeah, it's amazing how it applies to so many different areas.
And even though it seems simple, I'm realizing there's so much waste I just never noticed before.
Yeah, me too.
I'm definitely rethinking those impulse grocery buys.
But hey, that's what this deep dive is all about, right? Just recognizing those areas is a huge first step.
Totally. It's like we've got this new way of looking at things now, like a lens for spotting inefficiency.
Exactly. And lean thinking goes beyond just identifying waste. It's about like constantly looking for ways to improve.
So it's not just about cutting back, it's about like optimizing what's left.
Precisely. Think of it like sculpting. You're chipping away the excess to reveal something better.
I love that.
Yeah.
So for our listeners who are ready to tackle their own Tim Woods, what's one like key thing to remember?
Don't get overwhelmed. Just start small. Pick one area where you see the most potential. Maybe it's your email inbox, a messy drawer, just one thing.
It's about those small wins, right?
Exactly. And as you start seeing those improvements, it keeps you going, you know?
It's like a treasure hunt for efficiency.
Yeah.
And speaking of treasure, think of all the time and energy you'll free up.
That's the real payoff, right? It lets you focus on the things that really matter, your passions, your relationships.
Yeah. This deep dive has been amazing. Really eye-opening learning about lean and Tim Woods.
I hope our listeners are feeling, inspired to take a closer look at their own stuff, start eliminating some waste.
Every little bit counts. And as you start making those changes, let us know how it goes. We'd love to hear about your waste-busting wins. So until next time, keep diving deep and keep those efficiency engines running.